Hey everybody, welcome, and let's lean into what's ahead of us in 2024, and especially when it comes to incentive trips. Julie and I and Bob, who's on the call as well, we just finished 4 incredible days and or nights, 5 incredible days in Cancun at the Secrets down there. The rack rate for the Secrets is running close to $1,000 a night as an all-inclusive resort. So whatever you want to eat, 724, and whatever you want to drink, 724 is all included. The company also looked after covering our airfares and transport to and from the hotel, plus delayed on an excursion, in addition to all the benefits of hanging on the beach, hanging with your friends and so forth. So I'm just going to show a couple of pictures, and I would love for Bob, if you could just jump on, Bob, and have a chat and say what you saw as the biggest benefit. And given that you were with us in Aruba last year as well, how do you think this event was, and how are you looking forward to the event that we're going to announce in a couple of minutes?
Well, the whole thing with this trip, compared to Aruba was very special because David Schmidt was there on his birthday, which propelled it much higher than we expected. But the accommodations at this place we were at was beautiful. And we had a chance to meet roughly, I believe it was 300 people total. And we had a chance from anywhere from managers to SPDs that had made the trip on this, and listening to people that were in the company for 3 months and making a trip to Cancun. It's far above what I expected to hear people coming up and talking about it. But everyone I talked to was positively excited about LifeWave because it is leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else. And even the little small hour of what called training and what we learned about the next trip was just invaluable, because that shows you the corporate side of LifeWave is just still involved with everybody personally. They're not just there, to get the business sold. They're there to take care of everybody that's involved with LifeWave.
Awesome, awesome. And what was your biggest takeaway from the 4 nights and 5 days?
Well, I tell you, it was just phenomenal. And my biggest takeaway was the fact that we have an opportunity to go to this next trip with a big jump in our company. It's not just a little bit, it's a big jump. They're, giving us a plethora of information about what products we have. And it's amazing. Being able to talk to a senior presidential director for, basically 15 minutes and just getting all the information from their brain, talking to Julian Canute and getting all the information out of their brain. It helps me as a Janus director, but it helps us instill values that we still have a family-run company that is taking care of everybody in the company and doing it with open arms.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So what you see on the screen is here from the top left. It's a welcome dinner we had, and it's Bob and Janet and Kamei over there at the dinner, sitting outside in the big gardens at the hotel. We have another dinner, free of course, at the Japanese restaurant. In the middle down the bottom, we had a pool. We have night, stunning facility. And then what you see on the right-hand side, there is actually our farewell dinner on Wednesday night. There was probably about 250, 300 people in the room. And it's nice to rub shoulders with some people that you kind of see and you admire from a distance. And I want to show you this next picture because this meant a lot to us. here we are just sitting at the pool having a dinner and a drink. But on the last night of the dinner, we actually get to spend 4 or 5 minutes with this unique, incredibly dynamic duo, which is literally, they have lit up the company in the last 23 months or thereabouts. What you see here on the right is Steve and Gina Merritt. They are the ones who created the Pro system. They're the ones who are driving it forward. And Julie, if you could say something about those 4 or 5 minutes that we had with these guys, once we came out of the dinner, and I just stuck my phone out and said, hey, Steve, Gina, could we have a picture? And this is actually Mike Hernandez, one of Steve and Gina's SPDs, is actually taking this picture. So, Julie, what did you get from that 4 or 5 minutes?
Well, I was really put on the spot, to be honest, because I'd just been to the restroom and I came back and Knut's like, hey, Julie, come here. And, you know, Steve Merritt's standing there looking at me, not something I would have expected. So anyhow, I was like zoned in going, oh, my God. And he was just having a little bit of a chat with Knut. What I got from that was that he made instant connection with Knut. He talked about Knut. He told him, he found out where Knut was from, where he lived. He told him about his experience with, you know, Tallahassee and Norway. And he just had this immediate connection. And then he turned to me and, you know, we were saying, oh, we're Australian, etc. So then he went into that. So he got, within 3 minutes, he had us eating out of his hand, I would like to say. As in, oh, this guy's really, really nice guy. So, you know, and then, you know, they were excited and they're excited to meet us and things like that. But I mean, the connection at first really, I mean, really made a difference. And the fact that they took time to get someone to take a photo, you know, was really good too. They weren't rushed. They weren't trying to push us off. They're the top sponsors in the world. They're the highest earners in LifeWave, you know, and that's taken them 22 months. So they didn't have to do that, and they did, and that was fantastic.
Thank you, Julie. So when you actually get the chance to meet these people and you get to observe them work, even if they're working, they're always working, these guys, they're on the phone all the time. And they know that when they're in a function venue like this, for them it's showtime as well. I mean, they had almost 100 people there in Cancun themselves from their team. And Julie and I, we set ourselves as a goal that we want to have at least 10 of our team, our personally sponsored team, and downlines from there on with us in Punta Cana, is it? In Dominican Republic.
Punta Cana.
And that's 18 weeks of run, and everyone can do it. So I'm going to switch track now. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Julie. Paul, what am I saying? Paul. Where did Paul come from? I've got a note floating around here with Paul.
That's Stina here. You're thinking about Paul.
Anyway, I have a note in front of me when the name Paul is written on, and I glanced on it, and therefore it went. So if you want to hang around, Bob, by all means, please do, because you saw this yesterday, but I've made a couple of changes, and I don't know how this is applicable to you guys, but you might hang around and see how we go, right? So next trip, this is what we're talking about today, is to the Hard Rock Hotel in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. It's an all-inclusive. What does that mean, really? Company pays up your airfare. It pays up the transport to and from the airport. And it lays on food, fully catered breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whatever you want in between, and drinks. And the resort in Cancun was about $1,000 rack rate a night. And the Hard Rock Hotel is not far off either when you have a full board. So you're looking at 4 nights, that's $4,000. Transport, you're probably looking at somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 just in the trip itself. And I know for sure that I would not spend that sort of money on a 4-night, 5-day holiday. I would not do it myself. when it's free, when the food is better, the air is better, the beds are better, everything is better when it's free. And all we have to do is a little bit of work and you can be there. So I'm going to roll forward here, and there's a lot of verbiage on this screen. Take a screenshot of it if you want, or pull your phone out and take a picture. But these are basically the ways you can earn points to go to Punta Cana.
So Canute, do you want me to go through this just quickly?
Yes.
I'd just like to say that in our team directly, you should know this anyway, because you have been, we have been doing it. So now it's just a matter of repeating and going on a free trip in a 4-month period. So earning points, you get points for personally enrolling people. So, I saw a diamond come in today. So for instance, if you enroll a diamond after from April 29 here, it's 4 points towards the trip. Canute's going to show you how many points you need after this. So, and then if you put in a silver, you get 1 point. If you put in a gold, you get 2 points. You get points for upgrades, which is kind of interesting there. It's the, same point schedule. So that's good. And then the PC or preferred customer enrollment, that is 1 point this time, and they only have to spend $99.95 for you to get it. So that's been a bit of a change from the last one. Rank advancement, you rank up to manager from April 29, you get an additional 2 points. You rank up to director, you get an additional 4 points. Sorry, this is a rank advancement. So this is you bring on these people. Yeah, because it's got personal enrollments below. Broker senior director, you get 5 points. Executive director per PD, 6 points. And then if you become a senior presidential director, it's 8 points. So your personal enrollments who rank advance, so somebody that you have registered in the business and they make manager, you get an additional 2 points. Directors and senior director, 3 points. Executive director and presidential director, 4 points. And senior presidential director, 5 points. So if I sponsor someone tomorrow and on April 29 and they get their SPD in 3 months, I get 5 points. So just an example. But now this is kind of cool, the rank maintenance of a lifetime rank. So you make manager and you hold it, meaning that you qualify every week at manager. So you've got 4 silvers that are active. They're going to give you an extra point per week in this period. So I believe it's around about 18 weeks.
Yep.
So you hold it, that's an additional 18 points. You hold it at director, it's an additional 18 points, or 1 point each week that you hold it. And then, and senior director too, sorry. So we get to senior director and hold it, it's 1 point. And then the higher ranks, they get 2 points per week. So we have something about if you go senior director in this as well, but this is kind of straight up. I know we've all been doing it. Our team's been awesome. We put in a lot of managers of late. We've got a number of directors coming through. So, you're all really posed to, get this trip for sure.
I would say that in between now and April the 29th, don't wait, don't hold back. If you have someone who's ready to register as a silver, okay, that 1 pointer is infinitesimally small compared to the fact that you can start working with them now and get them to manager in the next 3 weeks. You get a 2 pointer. Now, if you can now work with that person, in the next 4 weeks to 6 weeks, you can help that person go through to director. Well, not only have you earned 2 points as a manager, but you also actually get them in a 3 pointer. So you've got 5 points in total. And the name of the game here is really to help people move towards senior director, and I'll show you in a second why. So first of all, if you get 60 points, a total of 60 points, you can invite a family friend. You can't invite a brand partner in your team. That is not allowed unless you're a husband and wife. But you can invite someone else to come with you, whether it's your daughter, your son, your best friend, or whatever, they can come along. And the company will pay one airfare. If you earn 85 plus points, you have 2 people and 2 airfares that the company will pay for. You have points for enrollments, as we spoke about. You have also upgrade points. In addition, there are enrollment points, brand partner rank advancements, personal rank advancement, and rank maintenance advancement. In other words, if you stay or you create yourself, you build out to be a director and you hold it for 18 weeks, you will have 18 points. If you build it through and you become an executive director and you hold it, or you are an executive director, we are executive directors, holding it for 18 weeks gives us an additional 36 points on top of whatever else we're doing. So, personally sponsored enrollments, PC or PC Plus. In the last trip, there was 3 points here. They have gone back and said, well, PCs are actually not building your business. They're not allowing you, you're not having any rank advancements. So therefore, they have throttled back on this, and they want people to rank advance through manager, director, and senior director. And why is senior director so important? Because you open up the entire compensation plan. That is why it's so important. So silver kits, 1 point, gold kits, 2 points, diamond kit, 4 points. Notice that there are no platinum kits. So if someone comes in and upgrades from, say, a gold kit to platinum, you get no points. And if they upgrade from platinum to diamond, you get no points. Be aware of that.
It's always start at gold, and then you can just upgrade them.
Absolutely. Start them on gold. Our mantra now is everybody starting on gold. Absolutely. People who upgrade, say from my preferred customer to a silver, you get a 1 point there. Someone go from silver to gold, you get 2 points, or from silver to diamond, you get 4 points. Now you yourself, if you have no rank at the moment and you hit manager, you get 2 points. If you hit manager, or you have no rank at the moment and you hit director, you'll have to go through manager, so you get 2 points, and then you get director, 4 points. So you have a total of 6 points. If you're a manager, you go director and then senior director, you have a total of 9 points. Because you get to director 4 points, and then you get to senior director 5 points. I hope that makes sense. So it's just different ways of accruing and building out points. And when you do that, you get rewarded. Finally, if you have a number of people that you have personally enrolled and they themselves, you work with them, it is your responsibility. We will help. We will do our utmost to help. You help someone on your personal team go manager, they get 2 points. You get 2 points. Sorry, my bad. If you have someone in this 18 weeks who go from nothing to director, that's 3 points. Nothing to senior director, that's 3 points as well. That gives you a total of 8 points. You get a 2 for the manager, 3 for the director, and 3 for the senior director. So there are multiple ways of actually making your points stack up. I do have a spreadsheet or a PDF that will allow you to track it. And we mentioned this, if you're a manager, director, and senior director, this is lifetime rank. So if you have been a manager or you are a manager, but you fall off, or in other words, your lifetime rank is manager, that means that you won't get that 1 point that week. So the notion and the intention from the company here is to build out a stable business. You don't want to go yo-yoing, you're hitting one manager and the next week you're 2 ranks down. Because people are chasing the pin or the recognition, rather than building out a stable business. And there is a method here, there's a system here that will allow us to build out a stable business. Steve and Gina Merritt in their Pro system, they have laid it out exactly how to do it. You can try any other way you want, but this is duplicatable, this is scalable, and you will find managers that actually will step up and will duplicate the system. And when it happens, it's a beauty. It's a real beauty. This is the crux of the matter. If you're not a senior director, the company has no points requirements on this. There are no points requirements. You can be standing here, sitting here, and you have absolutely nobody in your team that you're personally introduced. You can be a senior director in 90 days. You can be a senior director in 90 days, starting today. You have to hit senior director for the first time as a senior director. You have to hit that in the week ending July 21 at the latest. At the latest. And then you have to hold it for 6 weeks thereafter. You must be a senior director for 6 weeks for this particular clause to come into effect. It gives you 2 airfares paid, and it gives you 2 people to go. And there are no points requirements. All we have to do, everybody here, is to stick your neck out and say, okay, I'm going to do everything on earth to become a senior director.
So I just want to say that is extremely doable when you start putting in people to get to 60 points. You know, you need to be sponsoring, and we will obviously we will work with you. You want to set this goal up. We won the trip to Cancun, but what we found some really good people in that process who we didn't know beforehand, but it was as a result of setting the goal. And we found them, and so far a number of them are really setting up for senior director very close now. So that's a free trip for 2 people, and that's pretty exciting.
No points requirements. You just have to hit the level of senior director. I cannot stress this enough. You can get. You got to
hold it. You got to hold it for 6 weeks.
Absolutely. You can do it where you might have 40 points, but then you hit senior director. You are going. You got 2 tickets for 2 people.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, we're here to help you. We've done it, and we know what's required, and that's exciting.
So how do we go about doing this? Because number 1 is the why. Why do you want to do this? Is it the trip? Is it the recognition? Is it the money? You build out to senior director, you're looking at 500 to 750 a week conservatively. If you build it out correctly. If you don't know how to build it out correctly, ask us. We'll send it to a Steve and Gina Merritt video. Watch it 3 times, 5 times, and come back with questions. It's actually very, very simple when you get the handle on it. First of all, the size of your business and the size of your team is really determined by the number of people in your team attending. This is a convention called Believe. It's in July 19 and 20 in Orlando. The what are they called? The early bird prices finishes tomorrow. If you go to this is the convention, you will find the prices and everything there, but they actually have an attendance ticket only as well. The regular price includes hotel accommodation. I think it works out to be somewhere in the vicinity of 600 something, including 2 nights in a hotel and a gala dinner plus the convention ticket. There is a single ability just to buy the ticket itself. And Cami, I'm going to come back to you in a second when we're done. So that I think is $229 or $259 or something like that. Again, that is on the website. It's just a single ticket and you arrange your own accommodation and all that kind of stuff. But this is where the people in your team, number 1, will get the belief. Number 2, it is like drinking from a fire hose. because you get an you're immersed in the teachings and the learning from the This Is It team. They're the fastest moving team in the world. And Julia and I and a number of others in Janet's team attended the This Is It convention last year I think it was in August in Tampa. And Steve Merritt on the Saturday night, he gave me the keys on how to build this business. The following week, we were in Houston, and what he taught me that week before unlocked the doors in Houston for me. Julia and I went to Louisville, Kentucky the following weekend after Houston, and we opened the door and walked through it, and we never looked back. Julia, do you want to say something about that?
The This Is It convention?
Yeah.
Well, we certainly haven't looked back. We have been to the one last time. We've been to National Convention for LifeWave twice. We know that going to conventions and these conventions, that's where you get the real information. You get belief, confidence, and then you come back and people join you because you're confident. People join you because you're positive. You know, I get that from being at these events. I mean, I got back from Cancun yesterday. I was fired up like nothing. You know, I found about 4 prospects yesterday, right? And that was just walking through the airport. But like, you know, it just gives you that extra oomph, and you're getting all the information from the top leaders. Now, we just watched a video from them. They're talking about bringing people through to have 300,000 points and what that will give them. That's where they're up to. I've never seen anybody teach that before. Okay, for us, we just want to get director and senior director. But I'm saying there's a pathway, and this team is the one that is leading the way. So you can hear those people speaking that are building, you know, bigger businesses. And also you can see just all the different walks of life that are there, that are utilizing this great technology.
Thank you. I mean, the key here is that, remember, national convention from LifeWave is all about the products typically and some recognition. This Is It is system teaching. This is system teaching beyond anything that I've ever seen before. And I've been to so many functions and conventions in this industry. These guys are on fire. I think it was in September last year, there is this level within a company called Elite SPD. And it means that you basically have to have 300,000 points coming through. We'll talk more about points later on, but 300 points moving on a 32-day average. Last year, there was 24 people attending this in Sicily. This year so far on the trip to Bora Bora, Steve and Gina's team already has 12 people, 14 with themselves, attending that trip to Bora Bora. That's just their team. Last year, they were the only ones from their team that were going to Sicily. And he also laid out that there is a new bonus incentive that if you're earning 600,000 points, and you're making 600,000 points in a month, in a rolling month, that's beyond this conversation, but the company is beginning to profit share for the people who build big businesses. And that is incredibly encouraging as well. So we said previously, how do we do this? If you haven't got your ticket for This Is It convention, get it. Now sit down and say, okay, how many people from my team I'm going to have with me at this particular convention? Because I can promise you this, is that if the LifeWave Corporation in the space of 19 years grew to a certain size, and Steve and Gina's methodology and the process that they have has come in, has grown the company from $100 million to $432 million at the end of last year, they are definitely doing something right. And I'm going to hitch my wagon to whichever horse that is running and producing the results, because I don't have time. I don't have time for a redo. I don't have time, and I don't want to try to figure it all out myself. They have a system, and we are hitching our wagon to that. How does it work? Very simple. Starting today, start with a blank sheet, 20, 20, 20 on the left, 20 on the right. Remember what you see here. This is not depth. If you want to build a stable business, you have to understand the concept of depth. I'm not going to go into that tonight. If you want more information about it, by all means, reach out to Julie or I, and we will send you a link to Steve. Again, he's like a 10-minute video, and he's a chipmunk on steroids, but he goes through exactly how you're going to have to build this out. Exactly. And I reiterated the message again today. You drive it. Julie and I have a saying, I'm a network builder, I'm a network builder, I'm a network builder, and I'm driving this business. I'm a network builder, I'm a network builder, I'm a network builder.
Well, if I could go on 3 trips a year, I'm in.
Absolutely. Our promise to you is that we will work with you all in. Our goal is to take 10 plus of our team with us to Punta Cana. Stick your hand up and we'll do everything we can to get you there. Stick your hand up and we will do everything to help you get you there. Sorry,
I was just going to say, can May, she was just going to talk a little bit about Cancun. It might be kind of good to.
Yep, I'm gonna wrap this because this is where we are at. We will move heaven and earth to help. And when that happens, we will see you in Punta Cana. So I'm going to stop my share. I'm going to put Liveravi.
Lovely picture of May on there, isn't it? Very nice.
Well, my camera won't work, so you get my picture.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's not working. So, hey guys, really enjoyed being with you in Cancun. It was absolutely awesome. The resort was fabulous. It was first class. And the cool thing was that we could eat all day and all night and drink all day and all night, and it was free. And you know, LifeWave does it upright. But the best thing is the community. Hanging out with everybody, doing water aerobics with Julie and Janet, and we just had a great time. And I went on the Aruba trip last year, and that told me I want to be on these trips. Everybody's going, oh, I don't want to go to the Dominican Republic. Hey, I want to go with this group. You know, it is so great. Not just the trip, the community, the money, but the recognition. And like you said, Julie, the reaching the goal. That's just really, really important. And it gives you a sense of accomplishment, and it's a real boost. So I'm going to work at seeing you guys in Punta Cana. But the reason I raised my hand, Canute, is that someone asked me, or someone made the statement that they were going to do the This Is It convention virtually. Is that possible? Do you know? Are they going to do it?
Yes, it is. If there's any way that you can get yourself to the convention, the whole thing about soaking up the sweat from the person sitting next to you.
We did a little bit of that in Tampa, didn't we?
You sure did. You sure did. But I think you get so much more when you invest the time and in yourself to come down to the event, because it's so easy to get sidetracked when you're at home. Suddenly the cat will need a cesarean or needs to have its claws clipped, or someone knocks on the door, the phone goes or whatever, and you get sidetracked.
Yeah.
And I know personally from the moment in time that if I'm sitting in that and I decide I'm going to step out to use the restroom or what's not, then the pearl of wisdom that I needed is suddenly gone. It just went past me because I'm not in a room. The universe has a way of actually going, nah, 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 nah. And I'm David Belson. I would strongly encourage anyone who is in our team to come along. And there's a reason for that, because number one, I mean, if you think about it yourself as a leader, if someone says they want to be somewhere and all the education, all the training and everything else is laid on from 15 or 20 senior presidential directors on how to build this business in the most successful team in the world, why would you want to miss it? Why wouldn't you want to have 16 vitamin B injections at the same time over 24, 36 hours? Right, Bob? Exactly. So I would say to anyone who's on the fence, get off the fence. Get off the fence and simply take the time, book it. It's a Friday. If you're a senior director and above, the leadership meeting starts on Friday at 2 p.m. And then it starts, I think, at 5 p.m. after that for the crew. And let me see, I'm going to looking for something. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. I do happen to have a spreadsheet here, kind of spreadsheet. Where's my Zoom? Here we go, share. And I don't know, Bob, if you have seen this. Share. Okay, can you see the spreadsheet, everybody?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Okay. So
Yeah, that's how I kept up with mine, is a spreadsheet, and it really helped.
yeah,
Yeah.
but this is basically here, your personal enrollment team. Enroll, upgrade, and rank up. So here you go, for example, is a personal preferred customer, silver, gold, diamond. Okay, we're helping someone to go to
Manager.
manager, director, senior director, etc., etc., etc. Then you have the enrollment. So, for example, Alan here came in as a silver, and then he's upgrading to diamond. Well, that's plus 4 points.
Well, they'd add 3 to that, wouldn't they? Or do you get an additional 4?
Well, that's what it says at the moment. The FAQs, frequently asked questions, will come out in the next week or so. And I'm sure they're going to address that in there. The way I'm reading it at the moment, you get 1 point and 4 points.
That's maybe why they took the PC points away, and then they're encouraging more brand partners.
I don't know. But anyways, so the way it's written at the moment, you get 1 point, you get 2 points if they go to silver to gold, then you get an extra 4 points. But there might be a caveat on that. But anyways, it's there, and I'm sure there will come and be some modifications and things like that. But don't wait. Please don't wait for the 29th. Get going now. Because if you've got someone coming in as a gold, you could have them pop through in first week of May as managers.
And then upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, you have them come through. Don't wait for them. Just get them going, get them going, get them going. Your 2020 basically starts today. I know some people say, let's wait. I said, no, 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 no. You want to start creating momentum so you actually hit the straps come April 29th, that you are actually in motion, you are moving, you have people in the hopper, and you can move them on, you can get them on, you can get them towards manager, etc., and you can help them doing the 2020. And all I can say is that go to youtube.com/@thisisitteam and watch Steve. He goes for an hour and 20, no, an hour 30. But the teachings that he has in there is gold. It's pure gold. His invitation is there. You can use it ad verbatim. He has used that one for 23 months now. Just use it, create your own words in and around it without modifying it too much, and you will find that you will find people who go, okay, yeah, let me have at this.
And what I covered earlier about when we met him was obviously that's how he connects with people initially, and then he calls them with the invitation the next day or what have you. But that filled in the gap with how he actually, what he does with people when he first meets them. Obviously like cold contacts and things, or people that you know through people or what have you, how he conversates with them to get their number, and then he has the script. So that's sort of put all the pieces together. So I'm excited to get going.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording